Hi everyone, I am Brittany, the Cosmic Lunar Soul, and let's do some tarot readings tonight. So this is the full moon in Taurus, and there was a lunar eclipse like super early this morning if you're on the East Coast like I am. I slept through it because I'm old. But I know a few of you stayed up to watch it, so if you did, let me know how it went and how you feel. So, of course, I'm going to do our community read. I did a little poll on my Instagram about picking which deck we should use. So, I had users select between my different moon oracle decks, and they decided on the Spirit Della Lune. I also decided to give them the chance to vote on which deck to use today, and after needing a tiebreaker, we decided we're going to use the Wandering Spirit deck, which is my latest Kickstarter that I got. So, yeah, you guys, I don't have anything crazy planned for the new moon or full moon. I actually set up a little greenhouse, I should say. I set up my greenhouse, and I just kind of need to get some shop products made so I can set them under the full moon, but otherwise I don't have anything specific to just me. If you guys have anything planned, put it in the comments, let me know so I can live vicariously through you guys. So why don't I switch cameras here, and let's go into some community reads. So usually what I do is I'll usually do like a weekly reflection or something like that. But I think today it's more fitting to do something more like what we can use the energy of the full moon for. So let's do that. This is, again, my Spirit Della Lune deck. I'll set that right here so you guys can see. This is an oracle deck based off of the moon cycles and the zodiac. So as I shuffle, just think about the full moon in eclipse and what we can take away from, or what energy we can use from that moon. All right, we got Blessing Moon. This is the card of contentment. So I think what we need to do is focus our energies, or use the energy of the full moon to focus on the areas of our life that we need a little more contentment in. So if you were thinking of doing some spells along with the energies of the moon, perhaps using a spell to help you relax, or something that makes you happy, something like that. But let me show you the card close up. And in this deck, the named moons are sort of like the equivalent of major arcana. So this is something major that you probably need to focus on in your life, something big that you need to bring contentment into. Yes, it is a beautiful card. I love this deck. I don't use it very often anymore. I used to use it more regularly when it was one of the few oracle decks that I had. But I love to break it out during the major moon cycles. Okay, let's get this deck all warmed up. I am gonna just sort of wake this deck up here, and Ari, go ahead and put your question in the chat. This new deck is a little hard to shuffle. It has like a rose petal finish. If you're curious about that, I explain in a little more detail in one of my most recent flip throughs. But it makes the cards stick together, and the card stock is such that it's thin enough to shuffle, but just so. So it's hard for me to get my little hands around. All right, so Ari, you want to know what message your spirit guides have for you for the full moon? Let's see. Ari, I'm going to pull 3 cards for you, okay? So, let's see. Hey, Gigi! You are on time. You missed the community read. Our community read was contentment. So use the energy of the full moon to find some contentment, or do some contentment spells or relaxation spells, whatever it is in your life that you need to find contentment. All right, let's find out, Ari, what your spirit guides would like for you to know during this full moon eclipse. Starting off with this 10 of Pentacles here. That is a good sign for you, Ari. Let's see what we have here. Justice card. I like that. One more. Let's do one more. Woo, butterfingers. There we go. And the King of Cups. You have some really interesting energy here. So let's talk about this Justice card here, since this is your only major arcana card. Justice is the card that can be either really, really good or really, really bad, depending what kind of energy you're putting into the world. So if you're working hard, you're keeping your head down, staying out of trouble, you're going to get out you're going to get back what you've been putting out. So this Justice card, I think, has something to do with whatever it is you're working on financially, and whatever it is that is really near and dear to your heart. So this King of Pentacles, I feel, is more of you. So this is you in this situation. This is the energy you're going to get back, and then this is what you have been putting out. So these two are playing really well together. This King of Cups is saying that you are someone you're really starting to just think things through. You're embracing your emotions about a situation, but you're not letting them get to your head. You're really being mature about the situation. And it could mean that perhaps something wasn't quite going right, and you kind of got yourself right, figured it out, and put your emotions to the side a bit and just kind of forged through. And the 10 of Pentacles is a really great sign, because Pentacles is, I kind of know what you're working on, so that's why I feel like it's probably more about your financial endeavors, even though Pentacles can be about your home life. It could be about your family, stuff like that, and maybe it is about all of the above. You're really starting to come to the end of a cycle. You're reaching your goals. You're starting to see your achievements come to fruition, which plays really well with this Justice card. So I think you're going to see something hit really big really soon, and it's because you've been really just putting a lot more, sorry, that's my cat. You've been putting a lot more of yourself intellectually into it while embracing the emotional side of it. So yeah, this is really cool. Really cool energy you have there, Ari. So I'm gonna pull a quick oracle card for the moon, since you asked a moon question. So let's see what your spirit guide, just the overall energy your spirit guides want you to focus on for the full moon. Let's see. Oh, you got the Rebirth card. This is awesome. Rebirth is kind of like the Death card in tarot. Hi, Lucy. How are you doing? Go ahead and put exclamation point. Join in the chat if you would like a reading. I'm just finishing up with Ari. And Gigi, if you want a reading, go ahead, put your question in the chat. So you got the rebirth card, and with everything that's happening here, I think whatever it is that you've been working on is going to go through a little bit of a transformation, but in a good way. It's like you might have put some energy and thought into this beforehand, but now you kind of have this renewed energy that is going behind it, and that's really cool because it's about to become this new baby, this new thing prior to what it was before. And yeah, that's great energy to have with the new moon or full moon. I don't know. I want it to be the new moon so bad. But this is really good energy to have with the full moon, especially now because we have so much energy with that lunar eclipse happening that it's just really going to flow all of that high chaotic energy into your projects. There you go, Lucy. You got it. All right. So just a reminder, I will do one card pulls for anybody who joins the queue. And if you use my little tip link in the description, I will pull 3 cards and possibly an oracle card for you. Oh, I'm so glad that reading went very well. Okay. I did not know the death card was like your tarot card of the year. So I guess you keep track of that and you can see like what pops up the most for you. But yeah, it's a lot like the only difference is death card is more like you're in the process of things changing, whereas rebirth is like the next step. So this is that next step for you. All right. Lucy, go ahead, put your question in the chat. Oh, and I didn't mean to make you tear up, but I'm glad it resonates, because if you've been putting a lot of death energy into the year, then you totally deserve the rebirth. Looking around for my cat. He likes to make a few appearances throughout the night. Let's see here. Just a general reading? Sure. All right, let's get the cards all shuffled. General reading for Lucy May. Lucy, I hope you had a good week. And I hope you're enjoying the energies around this full moon. So you got the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is you're mentally, you really need to sorry about him. He's so distracting. Mentally, you have a lot to overcome. So perhaps if you suffer from anxiety or just overall like the stress of life, depression, anything like that, this is the energy that is giving off right now. And you know, I feel like the queue is quiet today, so I'm going to pull another one for you and see what it is you can do to resolve that sort of anxiety that you're feeling. General readings, it's hard to pull one card sometimes. And since it's quiet in here today, I figured I would pull another one. So you got the 7 of Pentacles. So as I was mentioning with Ari, the 7 of Pentacles, or the Pentacles, can be about your physical things in the world. So your home life, your family, finances. And the 7 of Pentacles is about reward and investing and growth. And I think that compounded upon this is like you're probably going through something really stressful right now, but you're going to come out of it feeling very rewarded. You're going to feel like you will have grown from having dealt with it. And I guess that's what that is your childhood friend. Because childhood friends are like family, right? So your pentacle in this case is your friend. And I think this, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So if you're dealing with this stress, it's because he's on your mind a lot, right? So you have this person that is on your mind, but whatever it is that you're thinking about, whatever whatever it is that is weighing on you about him, you need to take some sort of action, because you need to get to this point of feeling rewarded for having gone through it. So I feel like, you know, as I say these things, something is coming to your mind, like, okay, I need to do this. Whatever just popped into your mind, do that. Put some action towards this, because the thing that's missing in this reading here is action. There's nothing happening. So you need to transition from this state into this world of renewal and reward and all of that. But in honor of the full moon, let me pull a sorry, my cat is here. So let me pull an oracle card for you. Hey Esha, how are you doing? This is just going to be a general moon energy reading and card for you. Let's see, we got purify. So purify, I think, is really in regards to this energy here. You have this like stress, it's really weighing on you. You need to find ways to clear your mind, to kind of reset, and so you're not feeling so bogged down. And once you do that, I think it'll become a lot more clear what you have to do to get to this this state of the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, you know, I know it's a little stressful, but the good news is you have a path. You just have to get from here to here. You just have to actually put some action behind it. Yeah, good luck, hon. All right, so up next I have Poisonous and Esha. And guys, do you want to see this big boy here? Look at him. Let me go to the face camera. Can you hear him purring? I should just do a video of just Apollo. Hey, Philomena. Of just him purring into the camera. He'll be my ASMR channel. So Philomena, since you tipped, you can go ahead and put your question in the chat. Following Philomena, I have Gigi and then Esha. And Philomena, I will pull 3 cards, and since in honor of the full moon, I will pull an oracle card for you from my Spirit de la Lune deck. So you got a visit from Apollo, guys. Apollo, you're so welcome, Lucy. Hey, Philomena, it's nice to see you. Go ahead, put your question in chat. So fun fact, Apollo used to be 21 pounds. He was a little bit of a chonky monkey. He's still kind of a hefty boy, but he's down he got down to about 16 or so pounds, and then he's probably about 18 right now. But yeah, I struggled to pick him up. Okay, so Philomena, you want to know, are things going to be different this time around with this Daniel Ramirez since he came back into your life? Let's see. I usually flip my coin for that, but I keep forgetting to bring it with me. Let's see. So I'll pull 3 cards for you. You know what? First, I'm gonna switch things up a little bit. Let's see what the overall energy is, and then I'll pull your 3 cards. Ooh, create. Okay. I feel like the in camera or on microphone that probably sounded like a oof, but it was more of an ooh, so don't freak out. Let's see what is going on. How will things go the second time around? King of Pentacles. Let's pull 2 more. Sorry, these cards are so sticky, guys. The Hermit. And let's see. We have the Fool in reverse. So let's talk about, you have a lot of, not a lot, but you have 2 out of 3 cards that are major arcana, and in the Tower world, those are really important events that are going to happen. So I'm actually going to work backwards here. So let me move this around so you can see everything. So I'm going to work backwards. Here you have the Fool in reverse. The Fool in reverse is an okay card. The thing is that things are happening, but usually they don't happen quickly. And there's a few kind of false starts that are going to happen. So things might pick up and then slow down. You might be on a little bit of a tug that's happening as things are kind of falling into place. But the thing is, while you're in that phase, you got the Hermit. The Hermit, this card looks very sad because of the style of the art of this deck, but the Hermit is about introspection. So you really need to think, while you're in these beginning phases, you really need to think things through and think about what it is that you really want out of the relationship, whether things are going well. So I think with this Create card here, I think that things can really go well. But if you have a history, you're going to have this fool in reverse energy that is going to cause you to kind of fall into old ways that obviously didn't work. And it's going to cause a start and stop. So you really need to pull yourself out of that energy, think things through, and really just, what's the word I'm looking for? Reflect on the situation. You really need to reflect on how things should be going. So then we have over here the King of Pentacles, and this is a really good card. It's funny because I'm telling you everything in reverse, but this is really the flow of things. I think this King of Pentacles is a great sign, and it pairs really well with the Create card, because the King of Pentacles is a card of pure just power and strength and abundance. And if you were listening in on some of the previous readings, you have the Pentacles is about it can be about your family life. So having this King of Pentacles, I think, is a really good sign. This, and I'm sorry, I'm so bad with names. Daniel Ramirez, I think. Yeah. I see Daniel in this reading as a King of Pentacles. So someone like, perhaps he wasn't this before, and he's finally coming back as someone who is mature. He's being much more thoughtful about things, but he's also wanting to put more, what is the word? Like, he wants to put more of his thoughts into actions, in the sense, like, he wants to show that he's going to be around for the long run, and he wants to show that he is mature in his handling of situations, and he just wants to show that he has come into his sense of authority within himself. So I think this is a long way to explain that, yes, I think things are going to be different. I don't think things are going to be easy, though. This Fool means that you're still going to have to put in work. But this King of Pentacles, if Daniel is giving off that air of the King of Pentacles, I think things are going to work out. You just have to be a little mindful of the process. So I hope that resonates for you, and I wish you a lot of luck. All right, up next, I have Gigi, and then Esha. If you are still hanging out, you will be after Gigi. So Esha, if you would like an more in-depth reading like that one, you can feel free to use my tip link, and I will pull 3 cards, and in the joys of the full moon, I will pull an oracle card for you too. And if you missed the beginning, I am using my Kickstarter deck. This is the Wandering Spirit by Hannah Lilly. and she is one of my favorite Lolita designers who happened to decide to make a tarot deck. So yeah, you can thank her for for this lovely deck. Sure. All right, just a general reading. Oh, I have a flipped up card in here. There we go. All right, general reading for Gigi. There we go. Cards loved it. Ooh, Knight of Cups. I'll pull one more for you, Gigi. And Queen of Wands. Oh, how interesting. Okay. So the Knight of Cups is basically having a lot of fulfillment and achievement. The Knights are really hi Emily, how are you doing today? The Knights are really awesome. So this is a really cool card because cups are water and Knights are really fiery. So sometimes they can be ambitious without cause, but the cups in that really kind of pulls them back. So this is a card about kind of balanced emotion and passion. And then you have here the Queen of Wands, which I just love this card. Like, look at that. It's so pretty. So the Queen of Wands is about creativity and growth. So compounded upon your like achievements and all of that, I think this is just saying, you know, you have these things that you're passionate about. Knights, again, are very passionate and fiery cards. So just, it's very funny because they're sort of opposite yet very complementary to each other. I just love how that worked out. But, you know, whatever creativity or creative things that you really want to work on, just push towards them. And if you've kind of been stalling for whatever reason, this is a sign to just go for it. You know, it's what makes you happy. It's sort of just unbridled freedom at that point. And the thing about Queens, so you got the Queen of Wands. Wands are a very fiery, passionate card of action, but Queens are very in touch with their emotions. So you have like two opposite cards happening, but they're really just telling you to be creative, push towards your passions, and just, you know, enjoy the things that you enjoy. That's so cool. I love how that turned out. Emily, I am doing great. Happy to be here on a Friday with you guys. I hope you guys had a really good week, if I didn't say that already. But up next, I have Esha. You're welcome. So whatever it is you've been wanting to do creatively, Gina, or if you've been putting it off, just do it. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. No pressure, that kind of thing. So Esha, let me know what question you have. So for all my new folks out there, just a reminder, if you tip, you will get a oracle pull. This is my Spirit de la Lune. So perfect deck to get like the energy of the full moon that is upon us right now. Do you mean how did he feel, or do you mean as a person who is past, how is he feeling now? Sorry, I just want to make sure I understand what your intention with the question is, because they're two different questions, you know what I mean? So just let me know. And I'm glad, Gina, that that resonated with you. I feel like you're good at being creative, but sometimes you have to be reminded of it. And then after Esha, I have you up next in the queue, Emily. Okay, so you want to know how, after passing, his spirit is, how he feels about you. Okay, just to check, how recently did he pass away? And I ask because I just have a personal rule of not bothering the dead after they've recently passed. You know I always call you out. And I'm going to just do a quick little... Okay, just checking. I just wanted to check that it was okay that he... And his name is Lissandro. So you want to know about Lissandro. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to check with my pendulum that was okay. Let's see how Lissandro, who recently passed, is feeling about you. All right, let's see what we have here. I just got the King of Cups again, or Knight of Cups, sorry. So, whereas before it was about unbridled like creativity and stuff like that, in this sense, this Knight of Cups is saying that, you know, this person, Lissandro, he definitely is still watching over you. He's... I guess the best way to say it is that I try to be careful how I word things about people who have passed on, but the Knight of Cups, he is actively watching over you because he cares about you. And as I mentioned before, Knights are a card of passion, so I think that he is hoping that him watching over you means that he can help you heal, probably. So if you are in touch with that, like in touch with spirits and stuff like that, and you feel like you've had moments when you were either sad or stressed out or just emotionally out of balance, and you felt like a presence that has calmed you down in some kind of way, I think that is that presence. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. So you were saying you were crying and you felt like he was comforting you. Yes, that is it. Because, because the cups are about emotion and connectivity, and the Knight, you know, being just a card of action, wants to... what is a good way to put it? He basically wants to be able to emotionally support whenever he can. So yeah, you're totally, you know, the presence that you were feeling is definitely Lissandro then, because he's totally looking out for you, definitely trying to help you in those times of, you know, imbalance, when you're just really, you're kind of in a really high emotional state. And especially because Halloween is the time when the living and the dead, the veil is the thinnest. So it's probably the easiest time to make that first connection with you. So yeah, that is so cool. That is so cool. Yeah. I love that. I hope that resonates, and I hope that makes you feel better, or at least confirms your thoughts about the situation. Because you definitely didn't need me to tell you, but I'm happy to be confirmation for what you're feeling. And I don't know who Alessandro was to you, but I like to venerate my ancestors, and that doesn't, you know, people think ancestors are like, okay, they have to be family members and whatever, but that also to me includes people that were very close to me, people that passed that even might have been younger than me, stuff like that. Just anybody who was very close to me. And I think just set up a little altar for him. And, you know, if he enjoyed coffee or wine or what, you know, whatever his little favorite things were, just put them on the altar and give them to him as offerings, and light a candle every once in a while. And if you need some, like an extra boost, light a candle, meditate with it, and yeah, keep that connection going. You are so welcome. That's so exciting. Okay, up next, we have Emily. Thank you for waiting so patient, Emily. Yeah, Gigi, I love when that works out really well. It's interesting because this deck is, I bought it because I wanted to support my Lolita designer, and it's actually turned out to be a really good kind of shadow work, almost spirit work kind of deck. So yeah, that was a really great question for this deck. Okay, so you want to know what... Hold on, let me just read this. Hold on. Okay, so you're wanting to know what steps he might take after you, because you sent this message to him, right? Let's see. Let's get a good shuffle going. Okay, this pulled right out. I'm going to pull one more because I don't know if this deck should, if I should take jumpers from this deck or not. So you will get 2 cards. And you got a specialty card from this deck. So I'm going to look that up. But the moon is about illusions, and a lot of times when this pops up, it's not a bad thing. It's that it's just something that has to be worked through. Usually the moon, the word that I always think of when I see the moon is illusions. So I wonder if maybe B is worried that your message had like, what's the word? Had like alternative, I can't think of the word, oh my god, but you had ulterior motives, there we go, for sending that message. And you know, while the moon can sometimes shine a light on things, it's not like the sun, right? You still have darkness and shadows around you that can make you see things. So that's how I look at the moon. And I'm sorry, Apollo is back again. He wants some lap time with mom. So let me look up this specialty card for you. Sweet happiness, I think, is a good sign though. Okay, so I'm going to read this and then I'll kind of put it all together for you. Sweet happiness is in proximity to you. If you're struggling with harsh times, this card is suggesting that there will be sweet happiness near you, perhaps right around the corner. So, compounded on this, I think what is happening is if you and B don't have the best relationship, I think the initial thought is like, okay, well, why is this person messaging me? What's the catch? But I think with sweet happiness is saying like, it's going to realize, okay, it's really about your child together. It's not about either one of you, and it'll come to some sort of resolution. And I think, honestly, I see a lot of everyone in this, like not just B. So this is a more direct answer to how he's going to take the message that you sent. But I think that ultimately he's going to put actions like to probably see your son more, to take a little bit more initiative. And I think it's going to lead to a lot of happiness. I think things are going to reach a point where they mellow out for both of you, which is really good. That's a really good path forward. So while things may not immediately not seem quite like they're going the right way, I think it's just going to take a little bit of time, because this little card because of this. So yeah, I hope that resonates, and I hope it makes you, gives you some hope for how things are going to go in the future. So the Q is quiet. Emily, would you like a quick oracle pull for like the energies around your reading and the energies of the moon? Sorry, he is so distracting. Yeah, you're welcome. Let me pull a quick card for you. Ooh, courage. Okay. So courage is, and I'll bring this up close so you can see it. So obviously, when you're dealing with something like this, a situation where your child is not evolved, sorry. It takes a little bit of courage to be the bigger person in the situation, or to bridge the gap. It can be a little scary. So while you may not want to do it, you're going to put a lot of the initiative, and you're going to be taking a lot of the first few steps, and that takes a lot of courage to do. So I think in this reading, because your question was more about B, I think this is more about you. So just remind yourself as you go through this process that you are having moments where you might not quite feel like you're doing the right thing, or maybe you're not doing it the right way, but it still takes a lot of courage to do, and you should be proud of it. So I hope that resonates with you. All right, guys, we did a community read in the beginning about what energy we can use for the full moon. So why don't we do the opposite? While we're in this full moon high energy state, what is it we can release? The full moon isn't always about releasing, but it's starting the phase of diminishing. So it's a great time to start thinking about the things that we can release. Yeah, I think you ultimately have to do what's right for your kid, right? So however that manifests itself. But I think that you're at least trying, which is half the battle. And you're in this stage where now you're trying to figure out whether he will try. But I think you guys will get to a point that is basically equilibrium between you guys. So let's see what energy we can release as we enter the darker phases of the moon. These cards are so slippery. Oh my God. All right. We got renewal. Yeah, you're welcome, Emily. Thank you for joining me. And before you head out, this is our card of like releasing. So I think this goes really well with finishing off your reading. The things that we can release with this full moon. And it's funny to think that you can release renewal, But I think it is saying more like release the things that have been holding you back so that you can be renewed or feel renewed. So if you've been holding on to things that have just been making you feel a little stagnant or have just not been serving you in moving forward, they've just been slowing you down in some way, perhaps this is a good time to release it. Find ways to feel renewed as we start to work our way into the new moon. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's readings. And you'll have to tell me if you guys did any releasing rituals or anything like that. Or if you plan to, let me know, because I will live vicariously through you. But if you would like, make sure you thumbs up this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining today. Oh, you're welcome. And yes, release the things that have been holding you back from being renewed. It's funny because it's such a simple concept, and then you just have to like be told to do it. So, good night, everyone. If you want more tarot readings in an hour, Dr. Mystical is going to be doing his lives. He is #Tarot Daddy. So, if you want some more community and tarot and just fun Friday nights and don't want to be alone, then come join us in about an hour. Yeah. All right. Good night, guys. And I will catch you on the flip side. See you next Friday.